And I'm going to go live on Facebook. So I would love for you to write in the chat box at least 5 things that you're grateful for right now, or that you could be grateful for. It's our daughter's 12th birthday today. Grateful for 12 incredible years. All right. We're live on Facebook too. All right, go live. All righty, I'm going to turn my music off. I'm going to pin myself for a moment and just start by saying thank you for joining. Please share this. The intention of this Be the Change Connection call is all about coming together to focus on what we do want, to focus on what we can influence, what we can control, which is our thoughts, our beliefs, our feelings, and how we choose to show up and how we choose to react. And in such uncertain times at the moment, the world is just in a phase that we've never been in before. And it's so easy, would you agree, to go to things in time of uncertainty. It's easy to go to fear. It's easy to go to reactive emotions that aren't empowering. It's easy to get caught up in a group consciousness. And would you agree, the overall group consciousness right now could be quite fearful. And so, you know, speaking with some of my friends who are across all different businesses across the world, who are in leadership, who are mothers, who are wives, who are partners, who are parents, who are friends, this is the time more than ever for leadership to rise, for love to be our center emotion. Here's the thing. Fear and gratitude, fear and love can't exist at the same time in the same So here's my wish for us today, is that my gorgeous friend Joanne, when I looked at who I love, admire, and respect in this world, and who always shows up with happiness and joy and fun and truth, this woman radiates all of these things. And when she was not only prepared but excited to guide us through some of the tools and techniques that she trains on around the world, she's an incredible world-class expert in so many things. She's personally touched my life in so many different ways. I love and adore this woman, Joanne Omer, and I want to get stuck in. I was planning on doing a little part myself, but what we're in for today is such an incredible treat. I really just want to get stuck in. Be of whole heart and whole mind, and know that you were guided to be here with us today, and that we thank you, and we're holding space for you and your families right now as well. Yes. So Joanne, I'm going to pin you and keep everyone else muted and go for it, girl.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Linda. Thank you to everybody for jumping on this call. I'm really moved by not only the opportunity to be here, but the opportunity that you have to make a difference in, not for yourself, but not only for yourself, but for your families, for your children, and for the communities around you. Because at the moment, the world is gone mad. It really has. The world has gone mad. And it's such an important time for us to really manage our mind, our bodies, and our spirits. Now, that's something that me, myself, I'm so passionate about, because I believe that we are not, as beings on this earth, we are not just, we are not just all about the mind and being masterful at that. Yes, it's important. It's also important to nurture our physical bodies and to take care of our physical bodies and to nurture our spirit. So we are mind, body, and spirit. And just a few things. So on this call today, so I was, just so that you know who I am, who I am and what I do is as I said, I work with people to empower them, especially women, really, mind, body, and spirit. And in empowering women and helping women heal, we impact whole families. We impact men as well. You impact your boys, your children, your daughters, your parents, everybody. So when you heal, you're healing your ancestry, you're healing your children, you're healing your communities. And so what I do is I'm a trained theta healer, practitioner, and instructor. So I teach this beautiful modality called theta healing. I also work with women to heal their feminine bodies. So healing any traumas, healing things that have happened to us in our lifetime that may have impacted us from living in our bodies fully and loving on our bodies and just being living in and living and enjoying living what it's like to live in this beautiful gift that we've been given. And of course, to master our minds. And I think that's kind of where I wanted to start today, particularly about, Tony Robbins says, stand guard at the entrance of your mind. This is so important. To stand guard at the entrance of your mind. Watch what you allow to come in. Watch what you have on in the background, the news, the radio, who you're surrounding yourself with on social media, in your feeds. Have you ever had the experience of being on your social media and looking through your feed and then feeling a bit afterwards? This is another way that subconscious beliefs and ideas get planted in your mind. So I'll tell you a little lighthearted story. It was my mum's 70th birthday last year. And I had spent months planning this beautiful day at the winery. And the morning of her birthday came and we were doing this amazing day with all of her favorite people. And she was so excited up until that morning when she messaged me, Joanne, there's going to be storms and thunderstorms and lightning and floods. I think we need to terminate my birthday. I was like, what? What's going on? Where did this come from? I've spent months planning this, getting everyone together, organized it all. And I tuned into Creator because by this time I've been able to tune in, and I'm going, and Creator says to me, by the way, I speak to Creator. So if I close my eyes, I'm connecting with the divine consciousness. And Creator says to me, Joanne, she's been listening to 3AW again. And I'm like, okay. So I sent her a message back and said, Mum, please turn off 3AW. We are going to have a beautiful day and I'm not terminating your birthday. Okay. So we went and we had the most magnificent day. Now, if I had have bought into my mum's fear consciousness around the floods and the storms on the road and all of that fear, we wouldn't have celebrated her 70th birthday. Right? Now, thank God my mum's still alive and she's with us. That was only last year, right? But I will remember that forever because I didn't allow myself to buy into that consciousness. So there are many ways that we can create beliefs. So now I suppose in your businesses, in your lives, we have beliefs. And what is a belief? Belief is a feeling of certainty that we have about something. Belief is a feeling of certainty that we have. And beliefs can either empower us or disempower us. So with the modality that I teach and that I use, there's 4 different kinds of belief systems that we can pick up on. there is the core beliefs. And these are beliefs that we carry through from the time that we are in utero until today. We're always creating beliefs. So if your mum had a happy pregnancy and you were loved, then you will feel love. You will feel love. If your mother had a traumatic pregnancy or may have experienced abuse or trauma while she was pregnant with you, you may also carry fears around that. You may carry her fears into this life. And they can be hidden deep within your subconscious and you don't even know that they're there. So I invite you to start thinking about what are some beliefs that you may have created in your life at a core level. So for me, some of the beliefs that I created was, I was a little girl, I was 5 years old. And I was at school. I was very small. I'm still quite small. I'm 5 foot nothing, right? And I was very little. And so I had this friend who was quite big and she used to pick me up and squeeze me all the time. And I used to feel like I couldn't get away from her, but I let her do it. And one day I said about the teacher, I said, oh, Mrs. Joseph, you're probably going to laugh at this. It sounds ridiculous, right? But I said, Mrs. Joseph's got big boobies. And she said, oh, I'm telling the teacher on you. And I was 5. And I was petrified. I was petrified that I was going to get into trouble, that I would be in trouble with the teacher and my mum because I'd said something wrong. So I went home and I had an upset tummy because of course I was anxious. I didn't know what that was at the time, but I said, Mum, I've got a sore tummy. I don't want to go to school tomorrow. And she said, no, you're going. So I was like, what am I going to do? So in my little mind, I decided that I would be nice to her. That if I was nice to her, that maybe I wouldn't get into trouble. Maybe she wouldn't tell on me. So I went to school and I let her pick me up and squeeze me. And I let her do what she wanted and I was nice to her. And I didn't get into trouble. So what do you think I started to believe? If I'm nice to people, I'm safe. If I'm nice to people, I won't get into trouble. If I let people do things, even if I don't want to, I won't be in trouble and I'll be safe. And that's when a people pleaser was born. That's when a people pleaser was born, the person who didn't speak her truth, that did things she didn't want to, that put everybody's needs ahead of her own, ahead of her husband's. And I was not happy. Yes, it's very exhausting being a people pleaser. And so that was a belief that I had at a core level. Okay, there's still some here that haven't healed that. Okay, maybe we'll do that in our healing meditation because you can be freed of these beliefs. So the next level of beliefs that we talk about is genetic beliefs. And these are the amazing, you can thank your ancestors for these ones. You can thank your ancestry. You can thank your parents. So, a belief that I had that came through my genetics was about working hard and my work ethic. So my grandfather was an immigrant from Italy and lived on a little tiny island in the Sicilian Islands. And in order for them to survive, they had to plant their own food, catch their own fish, row from one island to the next. And he came to Australia to have a better life for his family. And he taught us, well, I was only 18 months old when he passed, but I have it in my genetics, that you have to work hard to make money. That you have to work hard to get ahead. This is a limiting belief. Because do you have to work hard? Does it have to be hard work? What do you think the impact of believing that I have to work hard for my money might be? You're always working hard. It's tiring. Yes, Linda, it's exhausting and it's fear-based. It's tiring. We can work with fun. We could work with joy. We could have amazing lives, right? And work and have fun. It doesn't have to be hard. And so you can heal the beliefs that you carry through your genetics. So just start to think for yourselves. Like, as I'm sharing, I'm not just sharing my own story, I'm sharing for you so that you can start to think about that. Oh, Sean and Kerry, you have the same Italian work ethic. Oh, from Sean. Okay. Yes. So yes, a lot of Europeans have this belief, right? Or a lot of immigrants. Many of you might be children of immigrants that came to this country, or even not. It's anyone can have this belief, right? So the next belief system that we deal with in this healing is the beliefs of the group consciousness and past lives. So this is in particular what I feel, the group consciousness, and it's called the history level. So this is the history level beliefs, and these beliefs are beliefs that we pick up through the collective consciousness. Okay, so all of the fears that a lot of people are experiencing right now about this virus are coming in through the collective consciousness. And collective consciousness is when there is a group of people that make an agreement about something. And then you tune into, your brain tunes into that frequency and tunes into that energy of that belief system. So another example, if I don't use the coronavirus and use another one, when September 11th happened and the world was in fear and mourning, there was a lot of beliefs that some people, a group consciousness was created that all Muslims were terrorists, right? And people started to become fearful of anyone who looked like a Muslim person with a beard or a hat, or suspicious of these people. And this is group consciousness. Now, when we buy into group consciousness, unknowingly, we can create fear for ourselves, stress and fear. And this is what is happening in the world right now. Do we need to be aware? Yes. Do we need to be responsible? Yes. Do we need to be fearful? No, we don't. We don't need to be fearful. So what we are able to do on the call today, and what I would love to do for you, is to release you and disconnect you from the group consciousness of fear around this virus. Now, if anybody, system, I just invite you to think about this for a moment. If you have any resistance to letting go of this fear, think about it. When you think about letting go of the fear of this virus, does anything come up for you? Do you experience any resistance? Or are you just happy to let it go? So if you feel resistance, I invite you to pop your resistance, or pop whatever you're feeling in the comments so that I can address them. Because really, I'm just trying to tune in just to see if there's any resistance of what I can feel might be in the consciousness of the space of the community. Okay. So what I'm getting is that there may be some resistance, that if I let go of the fear, then somebody might get hurt. That somebody might get it, or that you may not be careful. Yes. That if you let go of the fear, that maybe you may not be as diligent. Okay. So I get we've got some people that are pregnant on this call. So I'm going to actually do another really beautiful exercise with you. It came to me earlier before, so thank you for reminding me. Is we're going to do another exercise that's going to be magnificent, and I'll tell you that. It's fearful. Yeah, so you've got, that's another thing, right? Oh yes, and I'm so powerful. I'm so feeling this. I'm feeling this in my soul, and I'm feeling this fire in my belly about this one, right? You are in an incredible company that has incredible products, okay? Linda, you can feel me. Right. Do not be afraid to share the magic of these freaking products that you know make a difference for you. Do not be afraid to share. Do not be afraid to share with people that you love. And that's, once again, fear consciousness that's trying to hold you back and limit and create fear in the world. We are all leaders on this call, and we must stand up against this rubbish. Like, really. You know, it makes me, puts a fire in my belly, because, you know, I was in a group, and this is just something that's come up for me just yesterday. And I wasn't going to share this, but I'm going to share this now. I was in a group, and they were asking, you know, what are you doing in your classes and in the things that you're doing about this virus? And I responded with my truth. You know, I'm a distributor. I'm a distributor just like you are. I distribute for Young Living. So I love our oils, and I use your Juice Plus as well. And I use many other products that help and support my life and my health and well-being. And so I shared about what I do and my rituals. I shared about, this is what I do. I diffuse in my studio. I use disinfectant on my mats. I take my vitamins. I take my supplements. I work on my belief system. And I said in this message, I said, did you know that viruses, and this is also part of theta healing as well, viruses are attracted to unworthiness. So if you feel unworthy in areas of your life, we're also going to give you downloads on worthiness. If you feel unworthy, you're more inclined to get a virus. So I said this in the group, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about worthiness and viruses in a minute, because you might have questions. But I said this in the group, and I literally got slammed for shaming people in the group. Shaming them. Can you believe it? And then there was other people that agreed with it. And I was like, wow, is this the kind of community I want to be a part of? Do I really want to subject myself to this kind of energy and vibration? So I just said, please forgive me if you're offended by my truth. And then I removed myself from the group. Because I'm responsible for my frequency. I'm responsible for my energy. I am responsible for what I allow to come into my mind. And I am not going to allow another person's belief systems to say that I was shaming them when that is not my heart. Anyone who knows me, yes, boundaries. Anyone who knows me knows that my heart is like to serve in such a massive way. And I was like, I don't want to be around these people. I'm out of here, mate. I couldn't care less. I could not care less. I'm out of here. And I'm a big part of that community. I spent years in that community, but I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. I have to honor myself, honor my truth. And even before this call, my throat, I was, you know, you'll notice if you've got any issues with speaking your truth, you might have sore throat. You might have to clear your throat before you speak. This is all your throat, your body speaking to you about how you're feeling. But at the moment, my throat is clear because I'm living in my truth. And I invite all of you to live in your truth and share the magic of your products. Share what you believe to be your truth, because you are going to change the world. You absolutely will. So that was a little bit about group consciousness and about speaking truth. Did anyone have any blocks? I want to address those. Let me just see.
Jojo,
Okay.
I had one when I was reading through all of them. It was really interesting, because we don't often say, well, how does that disempowering or limiting belief serve us? So when you said, are you going to give permission to actually release it? I thought, oh. And so there was a rattling around belief of, oh, if I release that, am I going to be alert, aware, safe, let the guard down? Will something else come in? So that was really interesting. I wasn't expecting it. And reading some of the others, they were along the same lines. Fear for other people if they're not, aware.
That's right. And very often what will stop us from releasing our beliefs is the feeling of safety, right? Releasing our fears, is the feeling of safety. So we need to know that we are safe. We need to know that we are protected, that you're diligent, that you can still be diligent. You can still be aware. You can still be conscious without having to have fear. How does that feel? Linda, how does that feel? Does that feel good?
Much better. You can see me nod. I'm like, I like that. I can definitely have that. And I know that to be true. I have past references. It's way more powerful. Thank you.
Right.
Say it again so I can write it down. I like it.
Okay, good. So that you know how to be safe. You know how to be diligent, aware, conscious, alert, without having to be fearful. So this is the same. You ladies can do this, and gentlemen, can do this anytime, this exercise. You write down your fear. And then you write down, am I willing to release this fear? How does this fear serve me? Because it will serve us in some way, shape, or form. And then we can learn what it feels like to have all of those positive qualities without having to have that fear. Okay, now we're going to do a meditation. I'm going to take you through a powerful meditation to release those fears and to give you downloads. But before I do that, I'm going to tell you about the fourth level of belief system, which is the level of the soul. So we hold beliefs on our soul level. And what is the soul level? The soul level is all that you are. Your soul is all that you are. When we come to earth, we only bring down like a portion of our soul. And when you heal at the soul level, you're healing your soul, you're healing the part of your soul that's up there still with the Creator. And these beliefs about at the soul level, when they heal, you may experience emotion, you may experience tears, you may cry, you may release, because they are usually created through intense emotional encounters. So this can be through the loss of a loved one, through abuse. These beliefs can be created through a lack of nurturing or love as a little person, or through a breakup or a breakup in a relationship. And so when we do this healing, I'm going to send you an unconditional love healing. I'm going to disconnect you from the group consciousness. And I had this Creator just told me that I need to do this other thing as well, which is a healing of the baby in the womb. So what we do in this exercise is actually send you unconditional love as a baby when you were in your mother's womb. And by doing this exercise, you are healing your mum. You are healing your siblings. You are healing your children and the future generations. Because when we do a healing at the genetic level, we're actually healing 42 generations back and 42 generations into the future. And did you know that you have, if you're a woman, you have, and your mother was carrying you in her womb, in her when she was a baby in the womb. We have all of the eggs that we're ever going to have when we're a baby. right? So you were carrying your children when you were in your mum's womb. So we are healing generations, and you're healing your family, and we are disconnecting you from the group consciousness and sending unconditional love out to the world. So, yes. So this is what we are going to do. Now, firstly, Linda, any questions? Anything that you want to say before I start?
No, this is great. Maybe I know that we need to feel safe and held to really, this was profound for me. I wasn't expecting it. So there's probably a lot of people on who have no clue what this is like. Maybe they've never come across it. Maybe it's a bit confusing and they're like, why am I here? Maybe just an intention for just that we're guided and that we're here for a reason and that we actually get to hold each other in this as well.
Yes, I would love to create that intention. Also, I need to let you know that if you don't want to be disconnected from the fear consciousness, you can just say no. You have free will. Did you know that? In any of the things that I say on this call or any of the downloads, if you don't want to receive them, just say, no, I don't want that. It doesn't resonate with me. You are free to do that. Okay? So let's have the intention that everybody is safe. Okay. All right. So is everybody in a place, if you're driving, like, don't do this while you're driving. Be safe. Be in a space where you can allow yourself to receive, maybe quiet if you can. And we'll start. So we're just going to start by just taking in a beautiful deep breath in and exhale out. Take another beautiful deep breath in through your nose and exhale out. Center yourself in your heart and bring your awareness down through the soles of your feet into Mother Earth, which is part of all that is. And imagine that your feet are growing roots down into Mother Earth, bringing up that beautiful grounded Mother Earth energy, that nurturing Mother Earth energy, up through the soles of your feet to the base of your spine, to the top of your head in a beautiful ball of light. Now take that ball of light up and out into the universe through layers and layers of light, through white lights and dark light, through more white light and dark light. In fact, there are many, many layers of light. So keep on going, higher and higher. You'll go through a beautiful golden light that's as bright as the sun and feels just like home. But keep on going higher and higher. You'll go through a jelly, watery-like substance up ahead. You'll see all different types of shapes and colors. So keep on going higher and higher. You'll go through a pink mist. And that pink mist will gently push you through to a special place. This beautiful white, pearl iridescent light. Feel yourself becoming one with this energy. One with the energy of creation. The energy of unconditional love. It just takes one atom of unconditional love to heal So in this energy, there are no people or things, just energy. So if you see people or things or feel, just go a little bit higher. So now, if you wish to receive the following downloads, just say yes in your mind. I understand what it feels like to receive an unconditional love healing. I know how to receive an unconditional love healing. It is safe to receive unconditional love. I have the highest definition of what unconditional love is that comes from the creator of all that is. I understand what it feels like to be safe in my body. I know how to be safe in my body. I understand what it feels like to be alert and wise and present about what's going on in the world without fear. I know how to be alert and wise and present to what's happening in the world without fear. It is possible for me to be alert and wise and present to what's going on in the world without fear. I know how to live without fear. It is possible for me to live without fear. If you are ready and you feel like you wish to be disconnected from the group consciousness around the virus, the coronavirus, just say yes in your mind. And to be downloaded with, I understand what it feels like to be safe, and that it's okay for me to be disconnected from this virus in the highest and best way. That I know what is for my highest and best, and that it's possible for me to live without the fear of this virus in the highest and best way. So now I'm going to ask for unconditional love to be sent to each and every one of you. So I'm going to also invite each of you to visualize unconditional love in whatever way that looks like to you. Visualize sending unconditional love up to the Creator, the universe, God, whatever it is that you believe in, it's all the same. And if you don't believe in anything, believe in yourself. So imagine sending unconditional love to the power of the Creator. And I am going to send it to you through every cell of your body. And I'm going to ask for that to happen now. So it is requested for unconditional love to be sent to every cell of every person on this call's body. Through every organ, all the way from the top of their head down to the tips of their toes. So you may feel a tingling energy coming in. You may feel a vibration. You may just feel peace. You may feel nothing. Whatever it is, it's perfect. So if you would also like to receive unconditional love as a baby, when you were a baby in the womb, just say yes now in your mind. and know that it is safe to do so. You may feel a warmth in your body, tingling maybe, or a little pulsation. You may just feel at peace. Just feel as any negative feelings, emotions, or beliefs are released. And replaced with unconditional love. Okay. So now I invite you to bring your awareness back over to that white light. Bring your awareness to that white light and feel yourself having that white light rinse down upon you just like a waterfall. Feel it rinsing down upon you from the top of your head, going down, bringing you back down through the pink mist, through the jelly watery-like substance, through all the shapes and sizes and colors, back down, through that golden light, through the layers and layers of light, back into the Earth's atmosphere, bringing you back down into Mother Earth, going all the way down, washing over your head, down into Mother Earth, pulling up that grounding, nurturing, beautiful Mother Earth energy, and bringing it back up through the soles of your feet and landing in your heart and in your crown. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes in your time. So, I was just wanting to check in if anybody wanted to. Linda, is it okay if anyone wants to share their experience? If anyone wants to share how they feel? I would love to hear from anyone who wants to share. Was it weird? Did you find it hard to concentrate? Did your mind wander? Or did you feel something? Did you feel an energy? Did you feel tingling? Did you just feel calm? Does anyone want to share? Or who would like to share? It may be a better question. Oh, calming energy, beautiful experience. Mind wandering, but then peaceful. It is normal. It is normal to experience that your mind will wander. Yes, oh, beautiful. It's normal to experience that your mind may wander and start to think, because that is how our minds are. But when you can have focused thought, you will find, and focused thought on staying focused. Okay, so it's all large connected. Okay, beautiful. Large, powerful circle. Amazing. Amazing. Yes, thank you so much for all of you for sharing. I also, I also wanted to extend an invitation to this community. I have an incredible network of healers that are on the sidelines, and they're saying, we want to offer free complimentary healings to anyone who feels like something didn't shift for them, or if there's still fear. So we've trained, between Nicole, myself, we've trained hundreds of people in how to actually do this. And sometimes our beliefs, we need to dig a little deeper for them to clear fully, but also believe that healing can be instant. So for anyone who's on this call, if you would like to receive and me connect you with a healer to do a complimentary session for you, please message me in my messenger inbox, and I will connect you with someone who will do a free healing for you and help you release any fears, limitations that you may have. Okay? So I put the message out there this morning, and I've already had like heaps of them saying, yes, I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it. So yes. Any questions? Or Linda, is anything else?
It takes me a few minutes to get back in the body and speak.
That's normal.
Half of me is still in the yellow jelly thing. I think this just reminds me that we're so much more than this. I call it the meat suit, because it reminds me that we just need to really go within more than ever right now. You know, there's that saying of we need to go within so we don't go without. And the world needs leadership more than ever. And every single one of us is a leader. First of all, we lead ourselves, and it's a choice. And we can notice fear, but we don't live it. We understand the purpose. We don't get light without dark. We don't get the contrast. It can't all be courage all the time. There is no courage without first the fear, the vulnerability. So it's the awareness, it's compassion. Compassion for ourselves, compassion for each other. So easy to judge right now and go into those very, structured, old, limiting beliefs. They're very, very rigid. And when we come from that place of judgment, we're really just judging ourselves. And so when you notice that, send out more love. That's my thing at the moment. I'll notice the judgment, I'll feel it. I'll be compassionate and say, oh, there's me being human in the meat suit with all of my conditioning. And then I love that I get the power to make a better choice and say, that no longer serves me. I don't need to judge others to feel better about me, or I don't need to separate me from others. And the truth is, when we do an experience like this, we are all connected. And so connecting to people who choose more abundance and love and connection and gratitude is so much more important now more than ever. So I'm so deeply grateful for you. You know, I sent out the message to a bunch of people, and it just amazes me that just the yes, 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 yes. Who knows what it's going to be? We'll figure it out as we go, but we know that our intention is good and we're here to serve. And for you to offer people just unconditional, free things, and that is 100% your heart. There is no strings attached. It is hard to believe sometimes that people really are just here to serve. And you inspire me every single day, my friend. I'm super grateful for you. So thank you. This was amazing. I'm going to stop recording.